What's good, everybody? What are we doing? We're here. It's your boy Joe. Well, you know what we're here to talk about. We're here, we're rocking. Big shouts out to everybody out there. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. So I hope everybody is, getting ready for that weekend. Of course, I'm going to be working doubles this weekend. So, I'm just trying to focus, just trying to get ready, unwinding. You know how it goes. But we are here. We are here to talk Cyhi versus Joe. We're here to talk probably Susur versus a Verb. Couple other potential battles. Like seriously, um, Cyhi's been on like a little tangent as of late. He's been using Joe's name. I guess it came out today that he does have an album dropping this Friday. I don't know. So, and I think it's called the EGOT. So it's the Emmys, the Grammys, Oscar, Tonys. If you don't know what the EGOT is, the EGOT is the four main awards when it comes to entertainment. So he's gonna be dropping his album. He did a Sway freestyle, and bro, oh my goodness. The reception of the Sway freestyle, I think, kind of made him mad. He was saying that everybody's bots. He was saying that we're not fake, that we're not real. He was saying that Joe Budden's fans is fake, like all types of crazy stuff. But I guess he was off key in the Sway freestyle. The Sway freestyle, it was like, I don't know, it was a little choppy. He was freestyling. He was really freestyling, I believe. So, you can't really knock somebody that's actually really freestyling, but it came out a little choppy. It was weak. So it was like him just sending shots at Joe, and people was like, yo, this ain't it. And then he comes back, he does the LA Leakers freestyle yesterday that dropped. That LA Leakers freestyle is fire. I can't hold you. The LA Leakers freestyle is fire. What we doing? What we doing? What's good? Hold on, let me get some people in here. Hold up. Hold up. Let me share this. Let's come back here. Then we're gonna do this real quick.
Lasted 4 minutes. They were telling me that people usually hour to push, and she only took me 4 minutes. And
What's good? So we had. I hope everybody's seen the Cyhi freestyle. I hope everybody's seen that freestyle. That freestyle, the second freestyle was actually fire. So big shouts out to Cyhi. His second freestyle on the LA Leakers was crazy. He said we took gas and water and we paid for the and we paid the mortgage with the utilities. Like nah, he was gassing in that second freestyle. And I'm guessing, I think the thing is that when it comes with album releases, a lot of people, they tend to like try to draw up controversy because that's the thing now. Nowadays, it all goes back to like the 6ix9ine effect. If you really pay attention, the 6ix9ine effect is in full. Like people really tried to latch on to that like type of promotion rollout and things like that. As far as just like negativity, even if it isn't at the full extent where 6ix9ine went, you see it all the time now. Somebody has to say something about somebody in a bigger position, or somebody has to actually diss somebody, do something outlandish and things like that to get in the spotlight and to actually make it so their stuff is charting, or they're trying to get their point across, and it starts to get a little tacky. And that's typically what Cyhi is doing. Like a while ago, like when Rory and Maul was still on the podcast, Joe was saying like, "Oh, I respect Cyhi, but he can't rap with me." So it's like, oh, like I don't know. I just want Joe to rap. That's my whole thing. Is Joe Budden gonna rap? Cyhi went on his Twitter today and he said that forget all the promo, forget all the marketing, all the scams, all the tricks, all that stuff. Let's go to URL. That would be crazy. Cyhi, Joe Budden, URLTV. Let's do that. I posted just a couple matches, just like a little funny, something that I thought was funny. But after I paid attention, that card would kind of be fire. So I posted 4 matchups that, just joking around, that I think would probably be fire. But it turns out, like, I was looking and I was thinking, I was analyzing, and that could actually be a decent card. So after Cyhi called out Joe Budden for a URL battle, I was just thinking, like, yo, what if you take this one card? You got Freeway versus Cassidy. You got Cyhi versus Joe Budden. You got Sue Surf versus Verb. You got King Lowe's versus B-Dot. Someone even said you throwing Loaded Lux versus Daylight. That's a super card. I don't care what anybody says. That is a super card right there. Big shouts out to them gentlemen, but that's my whole thing. I just want to know what's gonna happen. I want to see what Joe's gonna do, because Joe really hasn't even been responding as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, what he typically does. He said one thing on his Twitter, and Cyhi's just been going on a tangent ever since. He's been saying how, you know, Joe can't really rap with him, all this other stuff. He's been on Twitter. He's very active, and, you know, I want to hear this album too, because that's one thing that we're not gonna do. We're not gonna say Cyhi is not a fire rapper. We're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say Cyhi is not a fire rapper. Hit that likes up. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Share this. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it rolling. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. But yeah, we're not gonna sit there and act like Cyhi is not a fire rapper, because Cyhi is a fire rapper. He's actually one of Kanye's greatest writers, ghostwriters. He talks about that in the LA Leakers freestyle, how people keep I guess undermining his skill and his craft because he is a ghostwriter. And it's kind of a weird thing in hip hop, like, where as far as ghostwriters go, because a lot of people don't like ghostwriters, but they want to know who the ghostwriters are. So it'd be like crazy. Like, hip hop hates ghostwriters because, as far as hip hop, you should be able to write your own rap, you should be able to perform your own craft, create, and things like that. But at the same time, they always want to know who's writing for who and who's doing this and that. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't say an oxymoron, but it's kind of crazy as far as when it comes to the ghostwriting situation. But he spoke on that inside of his new freestyle, talking about how people, you know, always give him slack for being Kanye's ghostwriter, but that's not a bad thing, man. If you're able to actually put yourself in position to write for one of the biggest artists in the world, then why not do it? You know what I'm saying? I don't condone ghostwriting and battle rap. Like, see, and that'd be the thing. For me, it's differences. Like, as far as hip hop, like, one of my favorite artists is Drake, and he gets references sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He gets them reference tracks, and he does what he does to them. He makes them his own and stuff like that. But, like, you know, if you heard the whole thing with him and Meek, how that situation went down, and how, you know, it came out that the guy, I forgot his name, he was ghostwriting for Drake, and them reference tracks came out. But if you heard, like, them Quentin Miller songs before Drake actually did something to him, you will understand what he does and understand the talents that he has, and the talents that he brings to somebody's song when somebody brings him a song like that. Whereas in battle rap, bro, this is you. You're talking about what you're supposed to be talking about. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is supposed to be your rounds crafted for them. So, like, ghostwriting in battle rap is dead. You know what I'm saying? It's like a crazy thing. Like, it's certain lines in hip hop and things like that where you have to just tread lightly, especially as far as the ghostwriting thing. So, like, in hip hop and, like, creating music and creating the best song, ghostwriting may be, you know, accepted at some point. But in battle rap, no, we are never doing that in battle rap. So, like, Cyhi, he has a point where he's like, yo, I'm writing some of the best stuff that you guys ever heard, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he actually gets that credit, because it's Kanye performing these songs, and it's Kanye that's in front of the camera. It's Kanye that's making these songs what they are. So I don't know, that's a little crazy too, but I'm just waiting. I want to see Cyhi versus Joe. Even if it's just on wax. I just want Joe to rap. That's my thing. I want to hear Joe rap. I want to hear him get back in his bag. It's been too much of the dissing. Like, a lot of people been dissing. A lot of people been playing on his top pause. And a lot of people just been, you know, not giving him the respect that he deserves when it comes to being a rapper. And then you got situations like this where you have Cyhi just running around causing a muck on every platform he can as far as rap. You know what I'm saying? He's going on Sway, he's on LA Leakers. He's saying all these freestyle platforms, and he's showcasing his skill, and he's just like, and then you really don't have nothing to go off as far as when it comes to Joe, but his last body of work, which was fire. His last album, Rage in the Machine, that album was fire. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to see how this plays out. I want to see what Joe does. I want to see where he takes it. I want to see how far he takes it. I want to see if he's actually going to rap. If he's going to say, oh, well, of course I know he's going to say something. That's another thing, too. We're waiting for the Saturday pod so we can hear what he has to say. Because if you know Joe, then you know he's going to have something to say about this. He's going to have something to say about this, even if he doesn't rap about it. So the Saturday pod should be interesting. He is on vacation right now. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see if he actually entertains the idea of doing like a another battle, because if you remember, he did do the Total Slaughter battle versus Hollow the Dawn. That did not go good. I guess he like that battle was a catastrophe. He had some moments in there, but it wasn't like, I don't know, man. It was a big production. It wasn't really battle rap when it came to that event. The Total Slaughter event was a little crazy. That wasn't really, I don't know how to explain it, but that Joe versus Hollow the Dawn battle was kind of crazy, bro. And nobody actually, like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see if he jumps back in that element, how he's going to prepare. Because, you know, you have Cricket Eye that's about to battle Disaster. Cricket Eye and Disaster, that's another one. And that's another thing, like, Joe's going to, like, it seems like he's being pulled into battle rap no matter how he, like, you know what I'm saying? No matter how much he wants to stay away from just rapping or anything like that, he's always being pulled back into these situations because you have Diz and Cricket Eye who's about to battle. And I will put my last dollar on it that between Diz and Cricket Eye, someone's going to diss Joe Budden. And I put up a poll. I said, who's going to diss Joe Budden first? I think it's whoever wins the coin toss. So whoever wins the coin toss, they're going to have bars in their first round about Joe Budden, no matter what it is. I hope Joe battles. Joe needs the battle. Joe needs the battle. He needs to jump in that bag. Because, and like, no matter, like I was saying, is it might not be enough money, but he could do it himself. That's the thing. Joe's not, he's not in a predicament where he has to actually go to like a URL or something like that. He could do this himself if he really wants to. It all depends on if Joe wants to. Like us fans, we just want Joe to rap, but it depends on if he's actually going to rap. Like, Joe doesn't have to go to the URL. He could go anywhere he wants. He could do it himself. He has the money, he has the back, and he has the network. He could shoot it himself and throw it straight on YouTube. It's just all about, it's not, I don't know. I want Joe to battle because I think that's his element. He could get into that element. And like I was saying earlier, it's gonna be like him. No, he really don't have nothing to prove, but if you're paying attention, no matter what, Joe's gonna get pulled into this battle rap world anyway, be as far as whether it's with him working with Surf, and then they have the Disaster and the Crooked Eye battle that's coming up. So Disaster versus Crooked Eye is coming up. And like I was saying earlier, at any given point, I think the first round, no matter who it is, they're gonna mention Joe. They're gonna put Joe into it. These guys are saying they're saying his name because they want that recognition. They want them clicks, they want that views, they want Joe there. Joe Budden's name brings his name brings the masses as far as viewership. So whether you like Joe Budden, whether you hate Joe Budden, whether you're indifferent about him, when Joe Budden's name is mentioned, people are gonna watch, people are gonna attend, people are gonna pay attention to what's going on. So it's like these people are using his name as far as like clickbait. It's like clickbait pretty much. Like Cyhi, he pretty much said he had an album coming out. His album's coming out. And now he's dissing Joe. He's talking about going on the URL and battling and things of that nature. And it's because Joe is in a position that these news cycles, they're gonna pick it up because of Cyhi and because the name Joe Budden, it brings clicks, it brings views. So no matter what these guys, like especially the people that Joe has problems with, they're always gonna get in these positions and they're always gonna have these rollouts using his name because his name works. But all I'm saying is it comes to a point where Joe actually has to be like, you know what? I'm tired of these guys using my name for I'm tired of these guys using my name for a rollout. I'm tired of these guys using my name for clicks and views and rap. Like either if it's on wax, I don't care if Joe gets we know Joe could go on there and do like a 10-20 minute freestyle on any beat. Even if it's something like that, he needs to either get in the studio or he needs to get on that stage at this point because he can't have people playing with his name like that. That's the only thing. He cannot have people playing with his name like that, especially the lyricist he is. And that's the thing. That's what I said in my vlog too. A lot of people play with Joe because he wasn't in a position to actually he wasn't in a top position when he was a rapper. So a lot of people see that and they try to play with him and they try to use his name and they try to antagonize the situation and stuff like that. Like, oh, you wasn't even popping, you had one hit single, da da da. But they haven't listened to the mixtapes. They haven't listened to the discography. Like, it's crazy. Like, a lot of people sleep on Joe because of just his career and not at the fact that he's actually an artist and the things that he's done in music as far as tapping into emotional state, showing his vulnerability, rapping about taboo things that people don't actually really want to rap about. So Joe needs to get his credit, especially the mental health. I seen they had like a little debate on Twitter not too long ago talking about who was the first rappers to actually talk about and divulge into mental health and things like that. And they said Kid Cudi and a couple other people. Nobody mentioned Joe. If you listen to all the mood music, that's mental, like seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me started. But we're here, man. We here, we alive, we're rocking. I hope everybody out there is cool and I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody takes this weekend and be safe. It's the summertime. Things are starting to crack off. Things are starting to get a little crazy. So make sure you're safe. You're diligent out there. You're on your swivel, on your 10. Just paying attention to everything that's going on because things is getting nuts. We keep seeing all these mass shootings. We keep seeing these killings, war, all types of crazy things. So just stay safe. Stick with your family. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. But also the Sue Surf and A Verb thing. Sue Surf and A Verb keep going back and forth. Well, it's not even really a back and forth. It's more of a Verb, I guess, trying to get a battle now. I guess we got to the point where they're actually willing to battle now. Sue Surf said not too long ago, probably I think it was right after the Cortez battle, that he'll take A Verb for 50K or plus 50 or more, something like that. And then Verb was saying that he's willing to battle Surf. He's calling Surf Hitler, all types of things. And that's what I'm talking about, bro. You got all these potential matchups. We still haven't heard anything about the Freeway and Cassidy rematch. That was supposed to be announced in April. People just forgot about that. They forgot that that whole Freeway and Cassidy announcement was supposed to happen in April. And I guess that battle was supposed to been happen. Honestly, Freeway versus Cassidy. We never heard nothing about that battle again. We just heard that they popped up during, I think it was the Drake event or something like that, and said that the battle was on again. And then the next thing you know, we never heard nothing about Freeway and Cassidy again. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that. You have a potential Joe Budden versus Cyhi. You know what I'm saying? I want to see King Los. Well, I heard some crazy things about King Los today. I guess Whack 100 was saying how he had to check King Los for trying to be gangster. He beat him up. He spit on him. He made him hold his hands in the air for 30. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. This is crazy. But he said he did King Los dirty. King Los is fire to me. I want to see him on a battle rap world. But if that happened to him, it's going to be a long night if he decides to battle again. Whack 100 is saying some crazy things. He's saying some crazy things on how he had to check low. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's happening with that. I just hope King Los is good. But I would love to see King Los versus like a Chess or a B-Dot. King Los versus B-Dot would be fire. King Los versus Chess would be fire. I would love to see something like that happen. Probably like I'm man, Daylight and Lux. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd rather see Daylight battle like Geechee, Rum, or Surf before he battles Lux. Like Daylight actually he needs a Sue Surf rematch. If you guys know, if you guys love battle rap like I love battle rap, then you already know that Daylight and Sue Surf battled on this crazy, I think it was Snoop Dogg's league. This was years ago. This was a long time ago. But they battled on like this crazy league and like they had so many like sound effects. It was green screen. There was like lions in the background. There was like in this gladiator type theme green screen thing. So the battle was so fucking like, oh my goodness, it drove me crazy. But Daylight and Surf cleared him in that battle. Surf was walking on Daylight in that battle. So I don't know. Daylight definitely needs that Sue Surf rematch. That's something that I want to see. That's something that I'm looking forward to. I don't want to see Daylight versus Lux anymore. Like the law for that went away. Lux, honestly, he's one of the greatest, but he's kind of been on a decline as far as like substance. Like he needs to revamp again. It's about that time that Lux revamps again. Lux will always be Lux, but you know how he came, he was great Hoodie Lux, and then he came during the Calico situation. He rebranded, you know what I'm saying? He upped his ball level and all that type of stuff, and he became who he is now. Now it's time for him to actually transition a little bit more and to get more into this newer type of battle rap, whereas he's still rapping like he was against like Calico, Hollow, Charlie Clips, people like that. And we seen versus someone like Geechee, that's not gonna work. Like no matter what he did, I couldn't see Lux winning that battle versus Geechee as far as what Geechee brought, as far as just like the aura, the simplicity, but the hardness. Like that's what makes Geechee so fire. Like he has simple stuff, but it's like, yo, why I never thought about that? Like seriously, and just the way he says it, the way he delivers it, it'd be so crazy. So like I'm thinking Lux needs to just hit the drawing board and figure it out a little bit more, just revamp a little bit. And you know, just try to like, I don't know, condense the material a little bit. Not saying to dumb it down because we all know like as far as like wordplay, as far as like intellectual level, Lux is the greatest of the greatest. But I don't know, he just needs to condense it a little more, and I don't know, maybe try to attack his opponents in a certain way. That's why I don't know. I don't want to see Daylight versus Loaded Lux. I don't want to see that. I would rather see Daylight versus Rum Nitty, Daylight versus Sue Surf, or Daylight versus Geechee Gotti before I see Daylight versus Loaded Lux. But I definitely want to see. I'm hoping, man. I'm just hoping Joe raps. That's my thing. I just want him to rap. I listened to that album Rage a lot. I listened to the Rage album a lot. I listened to All Love Lost a lot, Some Love Lost, that whole series a lot, Mood Music, you know what I'm saying? And he left when he was kind of at his peak, like no bullshit. Like as far as Joe rapping, he was starting to reach his peak when it started to come. Like if you listen to that Rage album from Joe is such a complete album. Like, bro, it was crazy. Just listening to the difference between, like, you know what I'm saying, his mixtape work and his All Love Lost work to the Rage album. The Rage album was such a complete album. I guess because he had one producer like that. The marriage between one producer and one rapper, it tends to work some, like, I'm not going to say all the time because some people be trying to beat it into the ground. Like, you see a lot of people trying to work with Hit Boy now, and it's, like, some of it is not working. But when you have like a certain type of lyricist and then you have a producer like A-Rap Music, that's what made Rage such a complete sound. Like as far as the arrangement, the production, the engineering. Shouts out to Parks and everybody else that worked on that album. But the Rage album was such a complete and concise album. It was like, yo, how do you leave at this point? Like seriously, like you have songs like Idols, and then they had the song with Imani. Like that would have been so. Like, if he had the push that he should have had, that song with Imani would have been such a crazy radio single. So like, yo, I don't know, man. How do you leave at that peak? Like, I understand podcasting put him in a position where he doesn't have to rap, where he is the top podcaster in the game, where he's, he takes these chances and he puts himself in these positions to win. But you can't just not fall out of love with rap like that. Like seriously. I know Joe got some notebooks somewhere. I know he be calling Pogs. I know him and Pogs probably got some secret sessions stashed from recently or something like that. I just want to hear it. I need some new music from good lyricists, like the Kendrick album. That's been feeding my soul. Seriously, I've been listening to that Kendrick album. Crazy. That Kendrick album is so fire. I see a lot of people that like doesn't really like it. But as far as like the concept of just like, it's not even like a good and evil concept. It's more of like, oh, this is who I was. This is where I came from. This is what I'm trying to be. And him just fighting his demons every day as far as good and evil. Like, yo, like this is what I'm going through on a daily basis. This is what I went through. And I'm trying to find a solution to try to be better. So like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that's one of my favorite albums right now. I got that album in heavy rotation. But it's doing it like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people's not really interested in that album. The numbers are starting to drop off. And then I hear something crazy. It's not even I heard. I seen the craziest thing. Like seriously, I seen the craziest thing. Drake and J. Cole are supposedly shooting a secret video for a single in Toronto. And people's not paying attention to, like, I seen that run through Twitter for a little while, and like, you know what I'm saying, it was just speculated. It wasn't really confirmed or denied. But if Drake and J. Cole is actually creating a single right now and they're shooting that video and they're about to put that music out, you could consider the summer over as far as when it comes to any artist that wants to drop at that time. Like seriously, just think about that. Drake had one of the biggest sales as far as streaming wise when it came to CLB. I think he did like 618 the first week. It sounded crazy like that. He did like over 500, I believe, the first week or something like that. J. Cole did, I think, 280 for his album. His Off Season did like 280 the first week, and then you have Kendrick's album did 270 the first week. So, but you have Drake and J. Cole, bro, two of the highest, that's the trifecta right there, honestly, if you want to be technical. Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick, that's the trifecta. But if you have two of them that actually lock in and team up and go shoot a video and do what they have to do, the numbers from that video is gonna be so crazy. Not even the numbers, and it doesn't matter what type of single it is, because we both know that they could do a little bit of anything. So who knows if it's gonna be like a bouncy type single, if it's gonna be like something like the Jodeci freestyle. If you know, you know. Jodeci freestyle, J. Cole and Drake, favorite. That's one of my favorite joints. In the Morning, Drake and J. Cole, another banger. Like, who knows how which route they're gonna take when it comes to a single like that. And it doesn't matter, honestly, because they really haven't missed as far as working together. So a Drake and J. Cole single for the summer with a video will probably be astronomical. It would probably knock a lot of people out the water. And as far as Kendrick, a lot of people will probably stop forgetting about the Mr. Morale and Big Steppers album, because the numbers are already dropping off. I think his second week numbers compared to his first week numbers was kind of crazy. So like that's dropping off. The album's dropping off in general as far as on the charts and as far as number wise. So if you have somebody like J. Cole and Drake coming together to drop a single, to drop a video, like everything is obsolete from there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. This summer's looking a little crazy. It's starting to heat up. We got some potential battles coming up. We got this Saturday, actually, since we're here, this Saturday is the this Saturday is the second week, so I guess this is the second round for the Ultimate Madness 5, $100,000 tournament. I would be at work, so I most likely won't be able to actually recap that. I'm gonna try to figure some things out, see what I could do to actually get a recap on that going and go live during that battle or something like that. I'm gonna see what I could do. Excuse me. But yeah, UM5 is this weekend. $100,000 tournament. The remaining people is like Fonz, JC. I don't remember the battles offhand, but it's Fonz, JC, Real Sick. Real Sick versus Fonz. That's the battle that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, that popped up. Real Sick versus Fonz. Now, we literally just seen like Real Sick actually almost take a loss to Stumbles. I watched that battle over, and as far as rapping ability, projection, performance, cadence, things like that, you know what I'm saying? Real Sick is far ahead of a lot of people, not just Stumbles. He's just far ahead of a lot of people when it comes to actually just rapping. Like, he could fit certain words into certain pockets that other people can't fit. He could rap in double, triple time. Like, he could do a lot of stuff that a lot of people can't do. You know what I'm saying? Word association and things like that. But when it comes to the URL, it is not just rapping. Like, his third round against Stumbles was fire. He was attacking him more. He had some more personal type things. He was going at him more. He needs to do more of that instead of rapping. See, the thing with Real Sick is he gets so caught up inside of his rapping that he tends to draw his punches, he tends to draw his schemes because he's just rapping. So some people are starting to get lost inside of his rapping, and then he finally gets to the punch and then it doesn't hit as hard because he's been rapping so long that people forgot where he was going from the starting point, you know what I'm saying? Whereas you have somebody like Stumbles where that material was just packed, and it was punches, it was haymakers, and it was it's more of a simple style, but I wouldn't say that it's like, you know, low grade or anything like that, because he's actually a pen. Like, if you listen to Stumbles, his pen is amazing too, but he does it in a certain way where it's digestible. And a lot of people really can't digest what Real Sick does because he's rapping so fast, he's doing these certain things, he's in and out of these pockets, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to actually keep up and pay attention to where he's going with these punches or his schemes or stuff like that. Whereas you had Stumbles that was up there cooking, and the only thing that really lost him that battle was him stumbling and not getting through his rounds clean. Like, honestly, if Stumbles got through his rounds clean, it would probably be Stumbles versus Fonz right now. But he didn't, so we're here to talk about Fonz versus Real Sick, and that is my point. Fonz is not the person to be playing with when it comes to these type of battles. Fonz is gonna punch, he's gonna get his point across, he's gonna make it easy for people to digest. Like, bro, Fonz is on the next level right now when it comes to the punches. His punches, when he schemes and angles, his schemes, like, say he'll have like a 4-bar setup or 8-bar setup for a scheme. Every bar or every other bar inside of that setup is a punch. That's crazy to me. Like, if people's not doing it like that, you only have like people like Nitty, Old School Beat Magic, people like that that could do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where they'll have like an 8-bar scheme or an 8-bar setup, but every punch or every other punch going into the scheme or to end the scheme is actually, you know, every other bar is actually a punch. So, like, it's crazy what Fonz could do. And he said that Fonz doesn't have like the I guess he doesn't have the big stage experience that he has. But Stumbles didn't have the big stage experience that he had, and he got through. Like, if Stumbles would have continued to get through what he needed to get through as far as like nerves and actually getting his point across and making sure that he was able to actually rap, Stumbles would have beat Real Sick. And that's what's gonna happen this weekend. Fonz is gonna punch his head off. Fonz is gonna get up there. He's gonna have haymakers. He's gonna have moments. He's gonna connect more with the crowd. That's the thing. Like as far as crowd control too, and actually connection. Real Sick is hard to connect with the crowd too because he's rapping so fast. So people are trying to digest what he's saying before he actually gets to the next bar. So you know what I'm saying? That's why like a lot of people in the crowd be quiet during his rap, so they're not really catching. It's easier to catch stuff on cam because you're not paying attention to like the other surroundings. Like when you're in the building, you got people around you talking, you got people smoking, you got people drinking, you got all types of distractions and things going on around you. So if you're not really focused in on what the battle rapper's saying, you're gonna miss a bunch of stuff. So on cam, it's so much easier to just watch and hear and listen to what somebody has to say because you're paying attention to that one thing. That's why they always say it's different than being in the building and on cam, because in the building you're liable to miss some stuff because of everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? When on cam, you're sitting here watching the battle, you're analyzing, you're trying to catch every ball. So that's just how it is. Like me seeing me just seeing from just being on cam, I can imagine how it is in the building, trying to get through, like not even trying to get through, I'm not gonna say it like that because Real Sick is fire, but just being in the building and actually trying to like, you know, pick up on every line that he's saying, especially when he gets into them pockets where he's like, you know what I'm saying? He gets into them fast pockets, he starts weaving it on them pockets. It's like, yo, what the hell? So like on cam, he's so fire, but I could only imagine trying to pay attention to what's going on in the building when it comes to Real Sick rapping. So easily, I got Fonz winning that battle, man. I got Fonz going far in that tournament. Honestly, for me, it's between Fonz and Rum Nitty. JC so fire, but I think JC could have a bad night. Like seriously, I think JC could have a bad night, especially with 2 weeks prep. But Rum Nitty and Fonz already been in this position. Fonz won a tournament. Rum Nitty won a tournament. So, like, honestly, them are my two biggest picks when it comes to actually coming out of this tournament alive. I had Geechee Gotti, but we seen what happened with that. You know, big shouts out to Trufo. But I don't got Trufo beating any one of them people that I just spoke on. So, I don't know, man. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. UN5, there wasn't enough women in there neither. That's another thing. The women wasn't represented well. You had Prestavia in there, you had Shuni. That was it, really, I think. Prestavia and Shuni was the only women in there, and they both got eliminated in the first round. Honestly, well, yeah, the Prestavia battle could actually be debated because Fonz choked in the first round, so Prestavia took that round. Then Prestavia choked in the second round, so Fonz automatically took that round. So it really just came down to the third. So that could have been easily debated, but Fonz separated himself in that third. I didn't see the Shuni and Head Ice battle. I'm gonna go watch that. I need to go watch that because Shuni and Head Ice, two of my favorites, you know, GOATs, OGs in this game. So I'm gonna go watch that battle. But I think for sure there should have been more women in this tournament. Like I think they should have had like a Flames in here, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Even like a Vixen could have been, you know, could have rocked with this. But then, you know, you got people, them type of people, they probably got bigger opportunities and bigger things coming up. Like the thing with this tournament is it's like you're pretty much trying to battle to get on like Gnome. Whereas some of these bigger names, they already have their spots solidified on Gnome. So that's what I was paying attention to. It's like, yo, these guys, yeah, it's $100,000. I wonder if they're getting paid for every battle on top of that too. But it's like, yo, you're battling for a position on Gnome, whereas you have some of these names and they're probably already solidified on Gnome. Like a Sue Surf, he could go on Gnome whenever he wants, whoever he wants. A Tay-Rock, he could do the same. Vixen at this point, as far as the ladies, she could get on Gnome or Summer Madness whenever she wants. KCJ, you know what I'm saying? People like that. So it's like, yo, I can understand like a lot of people turning down these tournaments. And I was listening to what Verb was saying too, like, yo, use a battling, like, he was talking more about the bill collector and KOTD thing, but it's kind of right, like, he's battling almost, like, I'll say probably like 6 months as far as that tournament. It was a 6-month tournament for that amount of money. But it's like, bro, like that stretch, you could have been doing so much more other stuff, you know what I'm saying, in between while trying to get ready for these battles and try to battle for that. You could have made that money in between that time, you know what I'm saying, if you're a professional battle rapper or if you're in a position to. So I understand what some people are saying, and then I understand the other side of the coin. Like a lot of these people, like you have like Real Sick and stuff like that, they probably don't have solidified spots on Gnome or Summer Madness or something like that. So they have no choice but to take these tournaments where they have a chance to get big money. Because you gotta think too, once you win a tournament like this, your pay goes up. There's no way URL could look at you and be like, yo, I'm gonna pay you $2,000 to go battle at this. Nah, you want at least a 10 piece now, you know what I'm saying? You win $100,000 tournament. Every time I step out, I need at least a 10 piece. Seriously, 100K, if I go through a 100K tournament and I win, every time I step out, I don't care what it is, I need at least a 10 piece. That's like Geechee got it. He said I think he got $8,000, $10,000 for that one rounder versus Mike P. Like, yeah, I need that. Like, there's no way I'm stepping out. I'm winning $100,000 just to come back and battle for $2-3 a battle again. Nah, there's no way. So I understand that too. Like you're able to solidify yourself and put yourself in a certain position, but it could be a lose-lose because now you go into this tournament, you get booted in the first round. Now it's like, yo, what the hell? Now you got people saying that Geechee Gotti's on a decline and he's not able to perform the way he's able to perform and things like that. So it's like, bro, what the hell? That's kind of crazy. So I don't know, man. It goes both ways. It definitely goes both ways. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I will be back. Yeah. We back. So like I was saying, yeah, so like it's kind of like I don't know, it's a 50-50 type thing when it comes to like these tournaments and actually putting yourself in these positions where, you know, you could actually win or you could get booted in the first round and people look at you differently. You win, you could get more money, your name becomes more solidified and you're actually able to get better opportunities. Whereas you lose, you got people looking at you like Geechee Gotti now. It's like, yo, this dude lost in the first round to Truffaut. Like, what is he doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, man. That tournament is a risk. It's you got to do a risk assessment when you go inside of a tournament, seriously, because it's kind of crazy. Now you got people like Truffaut. Truffaut already battled Sheed. This was a crazy stat too that I seen. Truffaut already battled Sheed, and on the first go around, they had Sheed. I think Sheed was supposed to win that battle. The polls was like 80% to 20% for Sheed. And then this go around, Truffaut now being the one-man army champ for the War Dog champ for Midnight Madness. He's been going on a little spree. He's been killing people, you know what I'm saying? Truffaut's been rapping. Now they just did a poll because Truffaut versus Sheed is gonna battle again this Saturday for the tournament. They got Truffaut up 86% to Sheed's 14% winning this battle. And that just goes to show you how fickle fans are. You fickle motherfucker. Ooh, it'd be so funny. As far as hip-hop fans, battle rap fans, and just music fans in general, they're so fickle, it'd be so funny, bro. Like, people would change on you like that, switch on you like that. Just entertainment fans in general, like, you're seeing the same thing with the Joe Budden podcast. Like, the Joe Budden podcast, when they had the big split up, Rory and Maul, things like that. Rory and Maul's first week numbers was so huge. Like, if you go look at the first couple podcasts they dropped, we're talking about 250K in one day, well, a couple hours type, you know, views and stuff like that. Now, if you pay attention, they drop on the same day that the JBP drops. They're not doing them type of numbers. They're not even doing like half of the numbers that the JBP's doing. It's because fans are so fickle. All them fans that left Joe Budden to go listen to what Rory and Mo was saying, you know what I'm saying? They, for some reason, they didn't stick around. They didn't find the content interesting enough. And now you're starting to see them numbers drop off, and Joe's numbers are starting to pick back up because people are so fickle. They just want to go wherever the best entertainment is. They don't care what's what. That's what being a fan is. A fan is like, yo, I get to pick and choose what I want to digest as far as entertainment. So if I don't like this, then I don't like it no more. That's just that. If I don't like this, I don't like it no more. That's just that. So it'd be just so crazy, bro. So crazy. If Joe Budden and Cyhi was to battle on URL, how would you guys call that battle? We've never seen Cyhi. And like, I was just thinking about this. We never seen Cyhi in a position. We never even really seen Cyhi as far as like diss rap, some like, you know, drop a diss on somebody or anything like that. So it's like, bro, what would Cyhi do in that position? How would he translate on that type of stage where you have Joe? He's been there before. He hasn't done good, but I think he's around enough battle rappers and he knows enough people where he could get tips and know how to translate and how to conform to what the stage is nowadays, where you have Cyhi, who I wouldn't say he's out of the loop, but we've never seen him in that position. We've never seen Cyhi actually, you know, battle rap, diss anybody or anything like that. So that's another thing that's kind of puzzling me. How do you go from straight, like, you know, dissing on wax to telling somebody, yo, let's bring this to smack? Smack is a total different animal. Like, there's no beat. You gotta make sure that you keep the you gotta keep the people's attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. I would love to see how he translates in that arena. So I kind of want to see Cyhi on a URL stage. Maybe we should set up like a Cyhi versus King Los type thing or something like that, just to see how he does, you know. I know Los will probably get him out of here because Los is like, as far as a battle rapper, Los actually done this a couple times. And each time Los done it, you can see he actually, like, you know, he's getting a little better. Like, people actually have King Los beating DNA. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think Cyhi, if he jumps in this arena, he should try to, like, you know, start like get a couple battles going. Like, if you really want to be on Smack, then why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually has the rhyme style to actually be a battle rapper. That's the thing. Like, I ain't never gonna knock Cyhi's skill level. I ain't never gonna knock what he can do as far as a rapper. But like, yo, when it comes to like battle rap, it's two totally different things when it's battle rapping and actually just getting on that stage and rapping and being in front of 1,000 people and making sure that you keep their attention through every bar, because there's no music behind your raps. There's no like really beat or anything like that. You actually have to say stuff and make it feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between actually rapping. Like, anybody could pick out a fire beat, a beat that actually captures somebody, and say some bullshit on there, and you know what I'm saying, the song's gonna go. But when it comes to battle rap, you have to say something, and it has to be good, and it has to capture your audience. So I don't know, man. It's two totally different things. I just want to see how that would go out, how that would play. But let me know what you guys think. I'm about to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for the day. Gotta go to work. Gotta do a couple things. Just make my moves. Continue to bust these stupid, crazy moves. Shout out to the little Spanish kid and Fresh, one of my favorite characters ever. Busting these stupid, dope, fresh moves, you know? But yeah, shout out to everybody out there. Make sure when you watch these lives, you hit that like button, you hit that share button, you hit that subscribe button, you hit that notification bell, so you know that we are here, we are rocking, we are together. I am gonna do another live later on, but I'm gonna be talking about some different things. I got some other stuff that we need to talk about, so I will be doing another live later on. So make sure you guys tap in. This is your boy Joe Cliff. We on the